about saying pretty much if God is everything, then there's nothing that's not, including you. When you realize that and have that experience, you can be on the path to awakening and be a God being, a human being, where human beings having a physical experience, or spiritual beings having a physical experience, but that spiritual part of us is connected to all there is, right? So certain people have a barrier between themselves and God. So there's a limit on what God is because God can't be them. And when you think about experience, just think about this, because our definition of God is what keeps us limited in a lot of sense. I remember seeing someone say they want a God-fearing man. Why should I fear God? It's part of the belief system that God needs to be feared and things of that nature. Why would I fear you? Why would I fear myself? Why would I fear my brother, my sister, or the source of all there is? So that's part of the belief system, that you need to fear God. And we were taught that, right? And also the definition of God as something that's outside of you. If God is everything, again, there's nothing that is not, including you. And also, it's a self-esteem thing, thinking that God can't be you. But if you think about God being able to experience everything that is seen, everything that is heard, everything that is touched, the only way to do that is to experience it through you. To know everything that people think about is through you. So God is experiencing his creation through us. And if you kind of think about an octopus, right? An octopus has brains in its head and brains in each of its tentacles.
Making reality stranger than fiction. When you have 9 brains, what are 8 of them doing? Well, in the case of octopuses, a central brain controls the nervous system, and 8 mini brains in each of their 8 arms controls movement. This allows the arms to work independently of each other, yet together toward the same goal.
So his tentacles are able to act independently. Think about God like that, to where you're a tentacle of God and your brain is able to act independently, but you're connected to the big brain of all there is. But it's all one organism, just like an octopus. We're all part of that organism. We're all part of this tree of life. And as soon as we realize that, we'll be able to create the peace here that is underlying this reality, right? And it's just like a tree in nature. You don't see branches of the same tree fighting itself. We're doing that here because we don't know who we are. We don't know our connection. Yeah, my physical body is here, but my consciousness is like way over here, right? So as I'm leaving these breadcrumbs, I'm trying to do it from a deeper level and from a simpler level. Try to get as simple with the message as possible. And it's all about your experience and removing the things that you're not to reveal what is. I'm not trying to add anything to anybody. That's what these belief systems do. And a lot of them are there to keep us asleep and divided and not allow us or not talk about the connection that we have to each other and to God, and that we are God experiencing his creation. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you God is external and you need to do X, Y, Z to get God's love and to please God. And then who controls the X, Y, Z? These belief systems, right? That's the game that's played on us. And those that are awake are not playing that game and realize that they are the Most High and they're connected to the Most High. That doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes. Doesn't mean you don't have work to do and all of these things. But you know who you are. From that standpoint, it changes your whole perspective on life and who you are. Right. So that's what we got going on. I'm trying to keep this super simple, or spiritually simple, KISS. There's a few more swings that I have. I'm gonna do in this matrix, but in the meantime, this information has been put here, and we're going to compile this, and we're going to spit shine this and make this a little more, increase the production on it. But the story is the same. It has been put out for a while, and I can easily be fact checked, right? I can compare this to anything that you want to compare it to as far as who you are, and we can have that exercise. And part of the idea of putting this online is to see what that will look like. Could someone like myself go viral and get into the mainstream talking about this stuff? And I've had videos that have had a lot of views, but it's not the kind of thing that the algorithm wants to promote, right? Because again, there's a lot of money being made off keeping people asleep. So someone that awakens them is affecting their pockets. And in this world, money rules a lot of things. And think about that too, while we're talking about money. How do you think that God really is affiliated with his dollar bill and things like that? This is also the fearing of God and all of these things. So this is all things that we can talk about in the open now, but with the censorship that's coming down the pipe, we'll see how long that happens. So, and the things that I'm talking about, and I'll shut up in a little bit, are similar to things like that an alien would tell you, right? An intelligence that didn't want anything from you, but just wanted to help enlighten you, right? And an intelligence like Bashar or Ron from Log One or people like that, they would be telling you the same thing, regardless of what technology they had or how advanced their civilization was. This is the core of all of it. Regardless of what tool is being holds, it's still the connection to the all there is being. All right, y'all. Peace.